First and foremost, and of all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. So, okay. All right, first and foremost, and of all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. The ones of the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. He was worthy to be counted for their belongings. And peace, salutation to you brothers out there pushing the truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. All right, it's the brother Gabaria coming back at you again with another sit down to basically talk about well, I'm gonna start this new like series where I can I'm gonna try to do one every day. If I miss a couple days, then slack it. But I'm gonna try to do this one. It's not gonna be no more than 5 minutes. But it's gonna be like a daily video where you're gonna I'm gonna talk about one scripture, break the scripture down, and then just keep it moving. Just talk about one scripture, break it down, and then that'll be the end of the video. No more than 5 minutes. But if the spirit has me pull another one, I'm just gonna pull another one to support that scripture. But yeah, I'm gonna just go into a scripture, break it down, and that'll be the daily scripture for today, so to speak. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and go into read the scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 10 verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievance which they have prescribed." All right. So basically, I just got done watching that movie. What is it called? When They See Us. All right, where they literally gave these boys fucking sentenced to juvie jail for 5, 6, 7 years, and and they didn't even do the crime. All right, but watching that movie, it was never more so about who did the crime. It was more so about having these boys put to jail. It actually ventured off from the crime. Like one lady said, okay, if we're gonna win this case, we gotta separate the court. We can't have one big court day. So we're gonna have to try to separate the court. So she's saying stuff. So the attorney is saying things like, okay, this is the only way we can win this case. So it's not even about the truth no more. It's all about winning. And I was watching with a brother, and the brother was like, man, it's more so about reputation. Oh, I beat that case. I did that. It's more about reputation than the actual who did it and who didn't. You know. So and then it's actually crazy because the attorney actually started to believe the stuff that happened. The attorney went to the detective, and then the detective, saying, how can you do? You need to do something. You need to do something. And then the attorney was like looking like these boys couldn't have did it. The evidence doesn't support it. They was having their all hopes in this sock that's supposed to have semen in it, but yet, they what's it called? It came back that now one of those DNA evidence came back to those boys, and then the attorney was looking like they probably didn't do. She said she's like if they don't have nothing on them, they didn't do it. You know. But the detective was so sure, no, they did it. They did because if they let them all three go, they didn't have nothing. They just literally let what's it called? They literally let whoever did it go. You know, and it's crazy because the brother also said, he's like, yeah, man, they do this for this they fellow Edomite woman, and back then they tried to keep white women pure. They really tried to keep them pure because they was back then, I don't know if they was really dating them back then. I'm not, I wasn't really born, but I'm pretty sure back then white women wasn't really, I mean, they was always on Jake, but they was they really didn't how can I say wasn't hounding Jake down. They tried to keep the white woman pure, so to speak. So throughout the whole entire movie, man, they actually coming up with certain things, just completely blatant lying on these boys, but yet they end up still finding being guilty at the end, man. It basically was stacked all against them. The only thing that they had on them was them confessing to evidence on video cameras, confessing that they did it, which they get Jake with it every time. It was the whole good cop bad cop thing. They confessed to it. Okay, yes, yeah, we did this, we did that, but throughout the movie, it's not a consent story. Even the boy said, I don't even know what the other boys are named. It's not even how can I say, a follow story. All the stories are different. Which in the scriptures, if the story is different between two different people, it's 9 times out of 10 a lie. Because Daniel did it, man. He separated the two men that tried to rape Susanna, and both stories was different. So it was a lie. So I'm gonna read the scripture one more time. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees," which is who, man? Esau has the power to write laws, man. Esau has the power to write laws and actually stick them on one specific people, man. All right. For example, man, what is it? I can't think of how the law goes. Um, but not, I mean, not even thinking about one. It's multiple laws. It's one law where you can't work on your own house. It's another law where what is it? Matter of fact, perfect example. I can remember because the elder apostles talked about this one. It was in a famous it was a famous what's it called? It was a famous boxer, and he used to take white women across the state line to have sex with them, and they literally created a law to put him in jail, man. They literally created a law. I forgot what, I think it was Jack Johnson. I think that was his name. I'm not 100% sure, but they actually literally created a law to start putting him in jail. And that law is still into effect right now. If you take a woman outside of state just to have sex with her, I believe that's against the law. And they wrote that law just because he did it, you know? So that they're writing these laws as they go just to catch Jake up, man. All right. It says and right grievousness which they prescribe, which means yeah, man, it's grievous unto one specific people, man. It's grievous unto the Israelites, man. All right, it's grievous unto them because while they have the power to do it, these laws don't affect a normal Edomite. You know, perfect example. I think about 2 years ago, it was two boys convicted of having raped a college girl. One was black and one was white. The judge literally said, "Well, I'm gonna let the judge literally said the white guy, I'm gonna let him go because he has his whole life to look ahead of him." But they sent the Jake with life. You know, now wasn't he? Why wasn't he given the same opportunity as the white guy? You know, because man, it's grievous laws writing against us, man. You know. It says to turn aside the needy from the judge and to take away the right from the poor of my people, and widows may be their prey, that they may do rob the fatherless. See, man, you know, and that's all they do, man. They break up homes, you know. Hey, in that movie, one of the dude's fathers left, you know. One of the dude's fathers left, man, because he couldn't deal with his son being in jail because he thought it was his fault, you know. Majority of those boys only had mothers at their house. They didn't have fathers. You know, they broke up houses, man. And do you think they care? No, because they did it back in the slavery times too. They break up, you know, sell each other families, break up the families, sell their